time it is. It's that official time where we take this worldwide. Let's go. Listen. So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape, definitely bringing you the power flavor pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really could have devoured him. And from that point, then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Power Slam show. Let's go! Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam show. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam show. Turn it up.
Episode 503, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Pancakes and Power Slam show. Indeed. We're live and living color, getting funky like a monkey, if you will, baby. Yeah. Listen, it's a good day. It's a happy Tuesday. It's a great Tuesday. Here in Eastern time, we're 11 minutes left before this Tuesday is over, and it was a productive, busy, but good Tuesday, blessed Tuesday. And so, yeah, had a good time. I had a days full of therapy sessions. I was doing more marketing for my new clothing line, which is visionwear.co, www.visionwear.co. You should go there. You should go there and buy some stuff. Buy some merch. Buy some merch. www.visionwear.co. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to put the link on there for you to go. Remind me. Actually, there's the link right there. That's why I'm not going to give you the link right now because I don't want you to leave my show. So. You would leave my show for the sake of going to get my merch, but hey, I'll wait for that. But yeah, go there. www. Say it fast. www.visionwear.co. Go there now. Not now, but after the show's over. All right, let's go into the Ask Chris questions. And so the topic of the night, before we go into the Ask Chris questions, let me know your thoughts on this. Why are people booing Cody Rhodes, y'all? Why are people booing Cody Rhodes? I actually had a conversation with a good friend of mine. A friend of mine and I, we watched Full Gear Saturday night on pay-per-view. And I watch AEW every week. I've watched every AEW show that's aired on television, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't understand why Cody Rhodes is booed on something on my microphone. There we go. I don't understand why Cody Rhodes is booed. I really don't understand that. So somebody help me with that. I don't find a legitimate reason why Cody Rhodes is booed. I don't know. I mean, the announcers tried to do the whole, he went and did some, commercial stuff. He was a panelist or a judge and did a couple things, but Really? I mean, that's why people are booing. Please help me understand, fans. Why are you booing Cody Rhodes? Okay, you let me know that. Why are you booing Cody Rhodes? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. The guy literally spends his time putting people over, and yeah, I mean he spends his time putting people over. He makes somebody's out of relative nobodies. I mean, come on now, QT Marshall. QT Marshall even talked about that on the Rhodes show. What is it called? Roads to the Top. I I don't get why I don't get the Cody Rhodes hate. I don't understand it. He made somebody out of QT Marshall, who was a relative nobody. Even when he was in Ring of Honor, he was jobbing out. And so he comes to AEW he has some type of relevance because of Cody Rhodes. The Nightmare Family, Lee Johnson, everybody. I mean, there's so many other people in the Nightmare Family that are important now. You know, um, it was a launching pad to the Gun Club. You know, it was just I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he put Darby Allen over. He made Darby Allen a star. He made Malachi Black. Uh, just come. He came in and dominated Cody. Put Malachi Black over. Made him look important. He put it over Brody Lee in dominating fashion. Brody Lee dominated him and won the TNT title. Brody Lee comes from a very mediocre run in WWE to coming to AEW and just dominating Cody Rhodes, the TNT champion. I don't get it. He made somebody out of Anthony Ogogo, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony Ogogo, a pay-per-view match from Anthony Ogogo, ladies and gentlemen. Someone who still is very green in the ring. He injured himself. He's not even around anymore. I don't get the Cody Rhodes hate. I don't think there's a legitimate reason why there's hate for Cody Rhodes. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. PNP Nation, what you got, y'all? I don't understand the hate for Cody Rhodes. Elvis is asking, how about them Titans? Yet again, I picked them to win on Sunday. Yeah. They beat the Saints by 2 points. Very intense game. And the Titans are continuing to roll. I think we're the first team ever to be 5-0 against playoff teams or something like that. Some cool stat. And we won the past 2 games against 2 good teams. We beat one of the best teams in the NFL at that moment. They only had 1 loss, the Rams, but the Rams got smoked by the 49ers by 3 touchdowns. But still 7-3 playoff team. And then we beat the Saints, who were 5-3, good team, and we beat them. So it was. I mean, we're doing this without Derrick Henry, who was leading the NFL in rushing. So, man, we've got some type of well-oiled machine here. Like, there's not big, huge standouts. I mean, we brought in AP. I mean, we signed Adrian Peterson. But we still have McNichols back there still too. So I mean, there's just something. I mean, AJ Brown is really, really good. Of course, Ryan Tannehill's solid. You know, he's solid. But we're a well-oiled machine back there, man. So it's good to see that. It's good to see that. It's episode 503 and not 502. Yet another first interview from the doc. Ever EC3. That's my first time interviewing AC3. The song is called The Hypnotic by I Am Nobody. Survivor Series predictions. Oh gosh. My prediction is who cares? I do not. I keep saying I don't care about this. This pay-per-view is just horrible. It just doesn't even feel like it's on Sunday. I keep forgetting it's on Sunday, actually. It's like legitimately this Sunday. And I keep forgetting. Because there's no I don't care about Roman Reigns versus Big E. There's no payoff. If Roman Reigns beats Big E, that does nothing to help Big E. If Roman Reigns beats Big E does not need a loss right now. He needs his character to be built as strong as possible. He actually wrestled last week in the mid card. He was a mid card last week because he wrestled in the mid card. This week he wrestled in the opening of the show, so he couldn't even make the mid of the card. So I mean, and Big E has the tools. He has the tools to be. He has a decent, solid promo. Super charismatic. He's the most. I mean, Xavier Woods is very charismatic too. All three of them in the New Day is charismatic. Xavier Woods is super charismatic too. But as far as just excitement, like Big E's the guy, and fans. I mean, they say you deserve it. Fans are behind them. I still think. In hindsight, I felt like I was right about the fact that I think they should have built it better. It didn't feel as big for Big E. It was great to see. Big E's my favorite wrestler in WWE right now. But when he won it on the Raw, I said this before. Like I said, that was my critique when he won it. When I reviewed the show, I said I wish that it was bigger. I wish that it felt bigger. And now to me, it feels that way. It doesn't feel big. It doesn't feel big. It just feels like a Raw, which is already sucks. And now they're just placing Big E in an odd spot to me. Just a very odd spot. Survivor Series trivia. I was thinking about doing Survivor Series trivia. But I don't know. I might do it next week. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe. All right, let's do predictions here. Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura. They're having 4 champion versus champion match and a Team Raw and a Team SmackDown against Team SmackDown for the traditionals. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. Although I think Team SmackDown would be funny with Brock Lesnar part of it. That's the 5th guy. That would be funny. I think the mid-card match, Shinsuke, they've been, for some reason, they've been pushing him like crap. They've been booking him like crap again, which I don't understand why. Because Boogs, I like Boogs a lot. He has a ton of charisma. But here's my thing. Nakamura should just lose the title, should lose the Intercontinental Champion. They're booking him so poorly. I think that they should build Nakamura and Boogs for a WrestleMania moment, and they should win the tag team titles. The SmackDown tag team titles, they should win them at WrestleMania next year. That would be pretty cool. It would be a cool entrance and save it. I would save it. Usos have it right now. Heck, they can keep it until WrestleMania. I don't care. Keep it until WrestleMania. It's only 5 months away, 4.5 months away, anyways. So that's fine. that's fine. Keep it until WrestleMania and have the Rick Boogs and Nakamura win. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna have my guy, my good friend, my brother, join me for the predictions. He is Evan Tech Proud. How are you tonight, my man?
What's up, brother?
How's it going?
Did I finally back in the land?
He's back.
Yes, I'm here.
Uh, do me a favor. Can you turn your phone horizontally?
Oh, hold on. All right, hold on. What I'm doing, I'm way. What you mean, but hold on. I know what to do. Hold on. I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah. Take the
Yeah, the auto rotate.
Yep, there you go.
Is
Bingo.
that
Very
better? Hold up.
nice.
Can you
Yep.
see me now?
Yeah. Very
All
nice.
right.
Very
So
nice.
undisclosed location.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right, that's better.
Looks good. Yep. Yeah,
So the
absolutely.
fans see me.
Yep. It's all good, man.
Okay, got the Anderson Postman 88 polo shirt going on the tights.
Nice. So we're going to go through the predictions here. Priest and Nakamura for Survivor Series. Who you got?
Oh man. When's the last time? Nakamura's really getting over because of Rick Boogs. So, but I say give it to Damian Priest. I definitely say 'cause Nakamura leaves. I mean, it's not like he needs a win. Give it to Damian Priest. That's what I say.
Yeah. Unfortunately, uh I like Nakamura, but I think Priest is going to win. RK Bro versus the Usos.
That's a tough one because Usos seem like they unstoppable. RK Bros like the hottest tag team right now. Um, Man, it could get either way. I'm gonna say RK Bro. Because we
Yes,
already know Reigns isn't leaving at like 2025. When Windows 11 becomes.
I agree. RK
Yeah, I
Bro.
mean, give it to RK, bro. The Usos leaves. It's no big deal.
Agreed. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair.
Oh. Give it to Becky, I think, because of Becky's new. Because Becky's coming back, she kind of has like this new gimmick of hers. She kind of needs it to kind of
Yeah, big
push
time.
herself to that point. Daddy's girl, Charlotte. I mean, what else is there left for her to do? She won all the
Yeah,
belts, won the Rumble, done all of this stuff. So, yeah, plus we know by next year she might be in AEW. So,
yep, yep. Agreed. Becky Lynch. Let's do Team Raw man versus Team SmackDown man. Raw has Rollins, Balor, Owens, Lashley, and Theory. SmackDown is Drew, Jeff Hardy, King Woods, Happy Corbin, and we don't know yet. TBA.
still don't know. What a poorly promoted Survivor
It's
Series this
terrible.
thing.
It's terrible. Yeah.
It's bad. Um,
Although Lesnar might be, he might be that TBA. That would be interesting.
yeah. Even though 2/3, well, I'm gonna say about 2/3 of Raw probably gonna be in AEW next year.
Mm,
Give it to SmackDown because Fox probably done told them we need you. We need SmackDown to be over as Raw. We need SmackDown to be listed as the A show. We know it's not.
yeah,
Um, because if you think about it, everybody on Raw really doesn't need to win. I mean, Rollins doesn't really need to win. Um, Lashley doesn't. Theory, who really cares? So Finn, I
I
mean,
wonder. I wonder if Mysterio got hurt or something, man. I like the
yeah, that's
idea of
right.
having
Yeah,
former world champions, and then you take Mysterio out for Austin Theory.
yeah.
Really?
That's why I was confused. I was like, wait, wasn't Lefty Mysterio in it? But
Weird.
I don't. I know fans. You probably thinking of why we seem so nonchalant. Me and Featherstone with this show. It's been poorly promoted. Ticket sales aren't the best. I forgot Survivor Series is even a Saturday, so I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's
It
bad. But
feels like bragging rights all over again, man. There's nothing at stake. There's nothing. There's nothing at
nothing.
stake. There's nothing. It's just
This
it's
is
just nothing.
this is like a glorified house show, a live event
Yeah.
because like you said, nothing's really going to matter. There's nothing at stake. Doesn't matter who really wins. And then the draft doesn't help because you have a draft, but yet the draft isn't activated to 3 weeks later. And it's like, but the draft, why was the point of a draft? Because a month or two before that, yeah, people just downloaded on other shows.
Yeah.
So
I
I
don't know.
I give it to Team SmackDown for real. That's what I
Yeah,
say.
agreed. I'll give it to SmackDown too. Let's do Team Raw female versus Team SmackDown female. Raw has Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Queen Zelina. SmackDown has Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, Natalia, and it was Aaliyah, but they had her win the match on SmackDown. But now they had a backstage segment that she's out. What's up with like they're like Evan, they're really like spending their time right on the go home shows
Right.
and one before the go home shows of still having TBAs and just randomly switching people out of teams. Like
No reason.
like last week, it was okay, we'll just switch Dominic out
Dominic
for
out. Right.
Lashley.
Right.
Oh, now we're going to switch Lashley out. Oh, Austin Theory does a run in. It was supposed to be world champions. Oh, but Austin Theory does a run in and puts his finisher on one of his finishers on Dominic.
Dominic.
Oh,
Right.
I like
Yeah.
your style. I'm going to put you in. What
It's-
is going on here?
what
This
is
is a
going
big
on?
four pay
What is
per
happening?
view. This is the second oldest pay per view in the WWE franchise, other than WrestleMania. 1987. This is the 35th 35th Survivor Series.
Man, we sound real old. Think about that.
35th
35 years.
35th Survivor Series, Evan. And this is what it came to. It went from Wednesday night,
Wednesday night.
Thanksgiving tradition.
That's right. Turn up, get it. Hogan
You
and
had
Sam
all
Warrior.
you had these awesome teams, the
Team
Root
names.
Brood,
The Ultimate
the
Maniacs.
Ultimate
Man.
Maniacs,
Ah, it's just,
all of
you,
these teams, man.
they even had
And
PowerPoint presentations. Remember the
yes,
background? And they had like the backdrops and VG. Oh, the Survivor Series. Oh, it's Hogan. Oh, Son of Slaughter. Lord
oh,
Alfred Hayes doing the
matter of
voiceover
fact,
BG with as I know as a kid for me back in the day, of course we knew WrestleMania, being Baltimore was Clash of the Champions and stuff, but Survivor Series was a pay-per-view we all got excited
absolutely,
for.
man.
From the teams
Everybody got
and
together. You
right.
have let me see. I'm looking at the I'm trying to find some names. The Ultimate Maniacs, the Rude Brood. What else you had? You had the you had a bunch of you did so 88 had just all of it was traditional matches. 5
Right.
on 5, 10 on 10, 5 on 5, 5 on 5, which is awesome. And then 89 yeah, the King's Court, the Dream Team, the
Yep.
Hulkamaniacs, the Rude Brood, and the Ultimate Warriors. That was 89. I loved it. The 90 was the one that did the all of the winners go to the end.
It is right.
The Warriors, the $1 Million Team, the Visionaries, the
Visionary, yeah.
Hulkamaniacs, and the Alliance defeating the Mercenaries. And I remember Jake's team was the Vipers.
What was the game with the Heavenly Bodies and the was that 91, 92?
Let me check. 91.
It was like because they all had, everybody had cool team names. You had a captain.
So Nasty Boys and Beverly Brothers defeat the Rockers and the Bushwhackers. So 89, 90, 89 and 90, they did the actual team names, and then they went back to just the regular, people's names after that. So yeah, very interesting. 92 only had one traditional match. Traditional
Really?
it was a 4-on-4 match. Huh. Nightstick on a pole match.
Oh gosh, that was yeah.
Bossman versus
Boss with the
Nails.
nails. Yeah.
Yeah. Bossman.
No.
They only had one. Wow, 92 only had one traditional match. 93 had All of them. All of them were traditional matches on the main card, except for the match for the Smoky Mountain Tag Team Championship, the Heavenly
Oh,
Bodies
definitely.
against the Rock and
Everybody's
Roll
yeah.
Express. Yeah, yeah. But that, I mean, that's the stuff like that is just traditional, man.
It,
It's awesome. It's
I,
absolutely awesome.
I remember. I remember Survivor Series 90 was it 495? No, it was the one where Taker was making his comeback. He had the mask at the Mabel crushed his face.
That was 95, I believe it was.
95. Yeah,
Mhm.
Ahmed Johnson, Taker, and then uh I think Sid got replaced with Vader or something. I remember having the magazine. I still got the magazine.
Mhm.
And just looking at that, the WWF magazine was just cool. We all talked about it in schools. Who's gonna win this? Yeah, it just the one game with the don't all the doinks, doink dink. Remember that?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
there's just
Yeah.
nowadays, man.
That
It's
was the one when there was a heel the heel turn tease with Brett and Owen.
Brett Nolan, right?
Yeah. So 94 they went back to the names. Royal Family defeated the Clowns Are Us. Bald Guys defeated the
Yeah,
Bad Guys defeated the Teamsters. Um, Diesel, Jeff Jarrett, Jim Neidhart, Owen Hart, and Shawn Michaels. Interesting.
we survived. We survived '94.
Um, Million Dollar Team beat the Guts and Glory, Adam Bomb, Bart Gunn, Billy
Mark
Gunn,
Gunn,
Lex
yep.
Luger, and Mabel.
Mabel, yeah.
Wow, wow. Yeah. All right, let's get back to these predictions real quick. So Team Raw versus Team SmackDown females.
um, I would go. I would go with the Team Raw because I think maybe they
I
try to
agree.
fight something up with the female
Yeah.
SmackDown team so they can have something to fight about.
I think they're going to fight. I think there's going to be a lot of infighting there. Yeah. And then Big E versus Roman Reigns.
I mean, we know Roman Reigns is going to win. He's not going to lose until he faces The Rock at
And he
WrestleMania.
should win. Like
He should. Yeah.
he shouldn't lose. He hasn't he technically lost against Xavier Woods, but he hasn't been pinned or submitted in over 2 years. And that big pin win shouldn't be. I know Big E's my favorite in WWE, but he shouldn't be the guy
No.
who ends the streak of Roman Reigns because
And
it's not going to help. He's not on SmackDown, so it's not going to like
yeah,
boost his
it's just
character.
uh, now. How do you feel about this? Yeah, Big E against Reigns, which we're all happy for Big E being the fourth black or African American WWE champion, right? People still count The Rock, even though he's half black. Um, do you think it will be a bigger match, Phil? Because remember last year it was, if I'm correct, wasn't it Reigns against McIntyre?
Yes. And it
That was
was and the Reigns won clean by choking
clean
out Drew. And
doing the
Drew was
guillotine,
downhill basically. He felt like a mortal person after that loss. Like he
right?
never really recovered from that.
So that kind of had like a kind of big match feel. Uh, do you think it would have been better if they kept Lashley with the title and had it been Lashley against Reigns? Do you think this would
No,
have been?
because it's two heels. Like
Oh yeah, yeah, true, true,
yeah.
true.
It doesn't. None of it makes sense. I mean,
It
like
doesn't.
none of it makes sense. There's no payoff. There's no reason why. Like no one can afford a loss. Like if you lose, then what? Like you go back on Raw with the loss. That's just how bad it is. So
They're trying to make it the way it matters because they have this bloodline New Day feud.
yeah, but
But
that's not. I mean, it still goes back to the champion versus champion, and then you've got so many mini feuds within Raw. You after Survivor Series, Big E already has Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens like
right,
feuding with him.
feud
So
them with her,
like
right?
it would just soon as Survivor Series is over, there's nothing that's going to come from that. Nothing. So unfortunately, I can see Big E losing this, which he should not. He should not. Neither should Roman Reigns though. Like
Yeah,
neither of them
Roman
should.
definitely should lose.
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
or do you think it's going to end in a no contest with with Xavier interfering and Usos or are you
it
going to
it
have
could, but I mean, at the end of the day, like it's not going to lead to a match afterwards. So I mean,
or would you have Brock interfere?
now I can see Brock interfering.
That way
Um,
saves them both.
I can see Brock interfering, but do you have Reigns? And I don't want Brock to be the guy who ends Reigns' streak either, though. Like that would be a terrible thing to do. Like you need to boost someone. You need to put someone over, not have Brock interfere and then beat Reigns. And no, that would be horrible, horrible.
The
Um,
problem is who is there next for Reigns to fight? You know, you can have a fight Brock again
Drew, I
in the
think that
Rumble.
I think like
Yeah,
Mania is rumored to be a triple threat between Reigns and Drew and Brock.
yeah, I
And
did hear that.
so
Right.
and so I'd be fine if Drew wins, and that'd be a good way to reestablish his character. He hasn't been champ since what, February, when he lost to
Yeah,
Lashley. So
he
wait,
defeated
actually,
Brock.
the Miz beat he cashed it in, beat Drew, and then Lashley won like a few weeks later. So
I thought that you went the next night. Was it the next night?
no, it was like
Was it?
like
Oh yeah, three
it
weeks.
was like
Right.
a few weeks, like 2 weeks later, I think it was. Because he was trying to get the match for that night, and then they were like, no, just he kept brushing it off, and they ended up doing the next week. Let me see. So Drew kept it for 214 days, from WrestleMania to Hell in a Cell. Um, so for what, 7 months.
Yeah.
Then Drew won it back like 3 weeks later and kept it for about a little over 3 months. Lost it to the Miz at Elimination Chamber because he cashed in his contract, and then Lashley won. Not the next night, but the following Raw.
Following that. Following
So
that.
so
Yeah,
a
I remember.
week, like 8 days later, he won. So and then he kept it for about 7.5 months, which is pretty good. So
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
anybody doesn't could be Drew. It could
six
save
and a half,
Reigns.
6.5 months, 6.5 months, yeah, which is good. So Drew hasn't had it since February 21st. So he hasn't had the belt for 9 months. So it's been a while. It's been a while. So he's a good opportunity to come back. He had it over 7 months. He had the belt for 7 months, during the pandemic though.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good
but
run.
we shall see. All right, let's zoom through this question. We've got about 15 minutes or so. Think about Full Gear. Full Gear was just okay to me. Like I would have been upset if I paid the whole thing for that. I split it with a friend, and uh, I just, damn. I mean, I just didn't. It was okay. I mean, I like Hangman Page. I'm glad that he won the title. Some matches are okay, but I mean, I was
Something like a
just,
drag.
yeah, it did. It felt like it dragged. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a 4 hour. It was a 4 hour show, but it was okay moments. But
I enjoyed it. I really felt bad for Britt Baker and what's her name, Ty Conti, because after that, Elite was it the Bucks and Cole Christian Leisha Source match.
yeah,
The crowd was like exhausted,
yeah,
and
there
like you
was a
said,
few
the
moments where the crowd was just
crowd
silent.
was just tired, and then that's what happens when you do shows. I mean, I thought Full Game was a good show. It didn't suck at all. I mean, I give it about a B. I mean, AEW has had better shows, but this by no
Yeah,
means sucked.
it was decent. Yeah, I
It
give it
was
about a
good.
B minus. Yeah,
Will it be better than Survivor Series?
probably so. We'll see.
We will see.
Probably so. Yeah, so to me, I think the 4 hour show to me, I think I would have probably, like, there was times where I almost dozed off, and I was actually and at a good friend's house watching it, and if it wasn't for me and him talking, I would have dozed off. Like both of us was just kind of sitting there, just like it was just. I mean, Vince Russo made a really good point, man. All these long matches. It's a bunch of long matches at a 4 hour show. 22 minutes, 18 minutes, 20 minutes, 22, 16, 15, 11, 19, 25 and a half. It's just like, I wish it was more. I think it was. I wish it was more moments to just keep me in it. Keep me interested. So,
And I think too, this is when, and I get the New Japan philosophy, kind of what AW does, when you have match at the match at the match at the match.
yeah.
But I think when you sprinkle in a little bit of the WWE philosophy, where you might add like a little interview or a little package,
Mm-hmm.
because you gotta breathe, man. Like
Gotcha.
we was at the Garden. You and I was in Madison Square Garden, press box.
Mhm.
That remember that New Japan show a couple years
Oh
ago?
yeah, I
What was
remember.
that? 4.5 hours.
It
We
was.
was we was exhausted, and we had to cover that. And then I don't know if you did the post. Oh, did you do the post match?
Yeah, we were there. Remember, we were there the whole time, and then we met Mark afterwards.
Oh yeah, that's right. We met Mark. So yeah,
Mhm.
shout out to Mark. I talked to Mark a
Mhm.
few days ago. It was exhausting because it was like AEW. We was first. It took us 2 hours to find a parking spot.
Yeah,
But we was at the Garden. It was just match at the match, and then we had to
the
pay attention
Garden.
at the Garden. We had to pay attention for the matches so we could do a report later. We
Mhm.
had to meet up and do business with Mark. So
Yeah,
them shows are just exhausted.
they
Is
are.
like, good God. I was at a movie premiere. Shout out to one of my brothers, George. He had his movie premiere Saturday night, and I had to watch it. I text you, was it Sunday and yesterday?
Mhm.
Man, it was. I enjoyed it. It wasn't like watching the Raw, but I was struggling watching the replay. I said,
Yeah.
man, it was like the old school revivals in church,
Right. Right. We're going for our second win now. We're going
Second
for our
wave.
second win.
Watch night service.
Right. Elvis is asking who should join Team SmackDown from the men's and women's team. I say Cesaro and Naomi. I think, well, I like Cesaro, but Cesaro's absolutely getting just buried. I
So
mean,
she
I wouldn't be surprised if they let him go, which is a horrible, horrible idea. But I wouldn't be surprised. They're
he
it's so underutilized,
he
man.
need he needs to go
Yeah, I
to
agree.
impact the AEW.
Yeah,
So because he
so underutilized.
yeah.
It's ridiculous how underutilized he is,
You
man.
forget he even in the company.
Yeah, yeah, it's terrible. I say Brock, and for the women's, I wouldn't be surprised if Sonya Deville joins. Although she's going to make, she's probably going to make sure that Naomi doesn't. So, so yeah, I don't think that, I don't think that, I don't think it's going to be Naomi. Um, let's see. So the question on deck was why are people booing Cody Rhodes? That's the question. Why are people booing Cody Rhodes?
Um,
And I said already on the I don't get it. I'm not a fan of it because he's literally putting people over. He's making people known who no one cared about. No one cared about Anthony Agogo. No one cared about QT Marshall. He put Darby Allen on the map. He made
Mr.
Brody
Black.
Lee a star again, the star that he should have been, and he made Malachi Black over in his first match.
It's
So I mean, yeah.
I think it's the I know you answered this earlier before I got on. I was thinking about this earlier today, prepping. I think it's the I guess you call it the Triple H effect, um, jealousy because Triple H married to Stephanie. Stephanie's a beautiful woman. They got 3 kids. The boss's daughter. Triple H being corporate. How many times did Triple H put people over at Mania? Like his Mania losses is more than his wins.
Hmm.
Batista, Reigns, or Seth, and all these
Seth.
people.
Yeah.
People don't like Triple H probably because they can't be him. They wish he could be. You know, I've had the honor of having dinner with Triple H before. Met him a couple of times. Good guy, definitely great mind in the business. NXT. Now you look at Cody. Everybody loved Cody. He was the toast of the town. AEW started a couple years ago. Oh, Cody, love you, Cody. But then You see Brandy. Brandy's a beautiful black woman. They're married. All of a sudden, next thing you know, all Cody and them are having a baby. Now next thing you know, oh, he has a reality show. And then now he's on that game show, Big
Mhm.
Show. Same situation fact. You got a guy, hot wife, has a kid, doing something in the business, putting people over, doing other stuff outside of the business, the same stuff Triple H did, people will bore him. And he's not doing anything heelish. It's just people mad because he can't be him. He
That's
can't,
precisely what it is. They're
right,
mad because they can't be him,
exactly.
and they don't have a like. People don't have a reason
It's
why
no
they're
reason to book
going.
him.
There's no reason. Like he's literally putting people over. Evan, in the beginning of AEW, he lost a match that caused him to not go for the AEW World Championship.
That's
Like
right. Oh, yeah,
that goes to show how
right.
much he's putting people over because he lost a match that caused him not to go for the title. He put MJF over, Darby Allin, Brody Lee, Malachi Black, Anthony Gogo, QT Marshall. Like the names keep stacking up of the people Cody Rhodes is making someone, who weren't necessarily someone. Darby Allin was a relative nobody before Cody put him over.
But
Brody
over
Lee
that,
was getting mid card mediocre status on WWE before he came. Like
don't
he's
forget,
who cares about Anthony Ogogo? No one knew about him and
that
even
he
now
did
knows
that.
about him.
And don't forget, he also put over Jake and Shaw Spears. You want 21? They got 22.
Yeah,
Remember the
sure did.
Harold
Sure did.
Caesar?
Yeah.
That he's done nothing but people over, but people bored him. Now he could flip it around to where he could go heel because it's I guess you would kind of jealousy, organic heat because he's not doing anything
Yeah. Let's check
to
the
make you
PNP
hate him. But
Nation thoughts on it. Ricky said they booed Cody because he's not Roman Reigns. Man, what a mark! That
yeah,
just
yeah,
sounds like that
yeah.
sounds
Thank you,
excessive.
Ricky.
Yeah,
Acknowledge us. Is this
uh,
Ricky? Is this Ricky Pete? This our man Ricky?
yeah, that sounds obsessive.
Acknowledge Cody,
That
Ricky.
sounds very obsessive.
And
Christopher saying maybe I'm reading into this much, but I feel Cody's getting booed because just 2 years ago he said he's starting a revolution in AEW. It would not be like WWE, but then him and Brandy have their own show. It's like the Miz and Mrs. So he's doing stuff that I feel those hardcore WWE fans feel like in WWE stuff. So okay, I can. So I'm validating what you said, but I can see the correlation there. But Triple H, he's put a lot of people on WrestleMania, but there has been a reputation of that he's held some people down to,
of
a
course,
la
yeah,
Booker T, you know what I mean,
Robbie
a
Dean.
la Chris Jericho, you know what I mean. So a la Ryback, there's a lot of people who he's held back. Uh, so he's had a bad reputation in that sense, you know what I mean. Um, but with Cody though, he's making money. Like he's finding other. So to please the fans who aren't going to pay his bills, he's got to just say no to every type of like business project outside of AEW. He has to say no to all of them just to get cheered and please the fans. I don't have an issue with Road to the Top, and plus, Road it's not a reality show. It's actually a show that shows the ins and outs of AEW. Like it's so like
So the
I've
background,
seen a
right?
bunch of the I've seen most of the episodes. They're short episodes and they're actually pretty good. I mean, they're actually
Yeah,
pretty interesting because you really see the ins and outs. You see Jade Cargill. You see the heat, the real life heat between Jay Cargill and Red Velvet, and how Brandy Rhodes, have a meeting for them to make up. You see the whole baby process. You see QT Marshall talking about. You see Cody Rhodes actually mentioning and having a show about him getting booed. You know what I mean? It's not just a reality show. It's peeling the curtain behind. It's for AEW fans to peel the curtain, to see how it is to peel the curtain behind AEW. You know what I mean? It's not just like, hey, we're just like we're roadsing it up here. You know what I mean? Like it's the roads and we're doing our thing. we're pulling the curtain behind the fourth wall, so to speak, for people to see. So I can see what you're saying there, but and the AEW has started a revolution. I mean, you have Hangman Page, who's a homer. You know what I mean? As far as he's one of the pillars of AEW, and he's champ now. So I don't get it.
Yeah, good story.
It's cool to boo, just like boo Roman Reigns for 3 years. I agree. It's Trinity fans are reared. It's opposite day on on live TV. Yeah, true. Michael saying maybe he needs brother Dustin Cody to accompany him to the ring. Maybe his manager to cut down on the booze. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter because doing full gear, it was getting moves. What happened on Anderson came out, everybody cheered.
Yeah.
They went back to Bodo.
Richard, XX Chris Boy, Craig, Richard back in the game after Favorite was closed my master count. Put the backs on the men, bro. Thank you very much. Cody just trying to be the hero of AEW, trying to be a Triple H of AEW. Everything he said was against. I think people forget who he has put over, but only remember their wins. And it's just the thing in modern day wrestling be cool to boo. Look at Cena gets booed all the time because it's cool. Yep, good take on that. I haven't watched Tribute to the Troops yet. Where do I even find that at? Is it on Peacock or where? Where's it at?
That's Hulu?
I don't know. I
didn't know it was Hulu.
I don't know. And they pulled the 30-minute time limit to make Roman versus Big E a draw, just like AEW did BD versus Mega. I wouldn't mind that, actually.
A draw, you know what? That's something we don't see often. The draw.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Yep. Let's see. Oh, good question. If I can manage one current WWE superstar, who would it be? One current WWE superstar. I would manage Barricade. Oh, well, never mind. He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
I would manage.
I see Apollo Crews.
Okay.
No, he needs somebody. He's just a happy black uncle. He needs, Uncle Apollo. So somebody.
Current. Let me see. I would do. I would manage. I'm trying to scale. I'm trying to do a really quick scale.
Gender.
No.
Truth.
Nope.
Uncle Apollo.
Nope.
That was your boy, though.
I would probably. Yeah, I used to be a big Apollo Crews guy, man. That was just boring and just. I don't like the fake Nigerian accent.
Boss.
No.
That's a good question.
Let's do. Let's do.
What about the Olympic dude, the one that just run the Olympics that
Gabe
Stevenson?
Gabe Stevenson.
Yeah, Gabe Stevenson. You know he's.
Stevenson. No. I think I will go. I'm trying to think.
Cedric Alexander.
No.
Who's left? Somebody that think they can need a managerial.
Probably Cesaro. I'll probably do Cesaro. Yep.
Yeah, Cesaro.
He needs something. He needs a big
spot.
shot of something.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't think Boogs and Nakamura need to split up. I think Nakamura would be in a worse position if Boogs weren't with
Boogs is rejuvenating Nakamura's career.
Yes, because before Boogs, Nakamura was just absolutely under the radar. Nobody knew he was even around. So,
I'm really surprised at you, Featherstone. Dr. Featherstone. You turned your back on Uncle Apollo. I
can't hang with it, man. I can't hang with it. I can't hang with I can't hang with Apollo Crews
What
anymore, man.
what happened to his that big tall dude, the one that debuted at Mania? His manager dude, whoever he was.
Yeah, Babatunde King Aziz,
Is he still with him?
Commander Aziz or whatever. Yeah, he's still with him. Why would Adam Pearce care who's on each other's team when he's on both shows? Yeah, exactly. I
Yes,
mean,
good point.
who he was talking about how he wants Raw to win. He wants Raw to be the better team, so he's going to put world champs on there.
Was he just
But
SmackDown?
he shows up on SmackDown like he's for both. He's both. It doesn't make any sense.
By the way, for the younger listeners or the uninitiated, you realize Adam Pearce used to be a wrestler, Scrap Iron, and we both interviewed him. So
Former NWA
it
champion.
will be a champion, right? Scrap
Yeah.
Iron, Adam Pearce.
Scrap iron. Cyan versus Naomi feud. Cyan comes off like racist Karen toward Naomi. In my opinion, that's a good point. That's a good point. I hope that this is a WWE just is terrible at follow through, and so I'm not confident
Oh,
in
really?
this. I'm not confident in this.
Fans will get mad. You say anything against WWE.
Yeah, I don't see any. I hope that this leads into Naomi winning the SmackDown Women's Championship again, like on at WrestleMania or something, and Sonya's just there to be that person that holds her back until she breaks through, which I wouldn't mind Naomi winning the Royal Rumble. I mean, like what
Yeah.
they should like maximize on this. They should really like build equity on there. And so what I should do is they should have Naomi Sonya have Naomi start at number 1 for the Royal Rumble.
To help her make her way up.
And have her like have that disadvantage, and then what they should have is they should have Naomi win at number 1, and so that would really give her an opportunity to get further over, which I would be a fan of.
Because at the end of the day, with the women, we done seen this before. Daddy's Girls Champ, Becky Lynch. Okay, new character is still. Who you got new? You got Bianca. Sasha's done it a bazillion times. Naomi, she was really hot for a few years ago, and then she just got lost to purgatory. And now she's back. With you could throw it there with the bloodline.
Who, Naomi?
Naomi, yeah.
No.
Or you just keep her with Feel the Glow.
Yeah.
Which is really big. I mean, great merchandise.
Yeah. It's the thing to do. Cut on like it's the thing to do. So, yeah.
Oh, you got Bailey. Isn't Bailey supposed to be back by Mania?
Bailey? Yeah. I'm not saying I agree with Cody Gimbu. You ask your opinions, and those AEW marks don't like anything that feels. You ask our opinions, and those AEW marks don't like anything that feels like WWE. Well, yeah, I mean, I think that they're trying to do the correlation, like you mentioned. But yeah, I don't. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that you were saying that, Chris. I mean, I see that that's a reason why they could get booed. So. I get it. I just still I don't think it makes sense.
Would you if you was Cody, would
we even have AW if there was no Cody Rhodes involved? I mean, didn't he was on the people who put the whole thing together, exactly.
Yeah. Now, if you was Cody, would you stay the course of being a face, or would you take this opportunity with the fans hating you and try to turn this around where he could be one of the biggest heels?
I was having this conversation during Full Gear. Here's the problem with him being a heel. Who does he eventually put over? I mean, he's already put over Darby, and what did he put over CM Punk? There's no CM Punk doesn't need to be over, so to speak. He doesn't need to be put over. Then you go to Ooh, I mean, Inner Circle, and you're gonna do a
They,
Nightmare Factory thing because that would cause Dustin and Lee Johnson or whatever. You know, I don't care about a Inner Circle versus Nightmare
who's that
Factory.
random black kid with the Nightmare Factory? The one that showed up and
Yeah,
got
Lee
beat by.
Johnson.
Yeah, him.
Yeah,
Is
he's good.
yeah, he is. It's like you said, that's a good point. If he was heel, who is he gonna fight or put over as a face? You know, put everybody else over. So they was teasing him and Sting for a bit, remember?
Yeah.
We really don't want to see that. You know, Sting's the GOAT, but we really don't want to see it. But
Tribute to the Troops was on Fox Sunday afternoon. Okay, cool.
I had no idea about that.
Act 7, and we're gonna close out with this. Do you acknowledge that the Titans are better than the Ravens? Come on, Ev.
Did I?
My
Wait,
guy.
wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Do I need to go here? Elvis, did I just hear
Come on, Elvis.
you talk against my Ravens? And Chris, Dr. Featherstone, I know the Titans are yours. I would tell you this much.
Best team in the AFC South, by the way.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that. The AFC South has been good years. The Titans right now, by record, is better than the Ravens. Y'all number one in the AFC. Yippee Yahoo. I'm proud of you guys. King Henry's out. Y'all got old man Adrian Peterson. That's
Yep.
cool. So, by record, y'all better. Y'all have a better defense than the Ravens. I give you that. Sadly, y'all have a better running back than the Ravens. But y'all don't have the best y'all don't have the most dynamic play in the game, and that's Lamar Jackson.
Oh, Lamar Jackson's better than Tannehill, hands
Oh
down.
yeah. But
Yeah.
the Titans got a better defense
Yes.
and better running back. So maybe a better offensive line.
Yes.
Because
Yes,
offensive line is bad.
yeah.
But I think we'll play each other again in the playoff. I think at the end of the day, it'll go down between the Bills and the Ravens for the number one seed because the Titans are going to fall to probably the third or the fourth seed.
You know what? Unfortunately, I can see the Titans. I can see the Titans still leading the AFC South. I
Yeah, y'all
don't.
gonna win the division.
Unfortunately, I don't see them going. I hope that I'm wrong, but historically, excuse me, historically, I don't see them going far in the playoffs. So,
It is this year is probably going to be between us and the Bills because Patty King Mahomes.
oh no, the Chiefs are.
Yeah,
That's they're
it's
gonna
going to
knock
be us
out.
and the Bills, and you know the NFL going to want it to be the Ravens because who wants to watch the Bills?
Right. Elvis, I can see you be the manager for Happy Corbin. That would be funny.
Yeah,
100 days, Nakamura has only defended. Excuse me.
that is a good point,
That's only
Ricky.
defended the title once. That's so sad.
Yo, Ricky,
So
is
sad.
this Ricky Pete again?
Yeah. Ricky May.
Ricky, you have redeemed yourself
Yes.
with
Yes.
that comment.
Yes, indeed. Tap
Yeah,
Out Talk is saying I would be interested in a mixed tag match between Cody and Brandy versus CM Punk and AJ Lee.
no. We
Mm,
don't need to see Brady in the ring. We don't need to see AJ Lee in AEW. AJ just signed the contract with Glow for next year.
I
Or
can
was it
see
Wild?
Cody and MJF. Okay. Works with MJF. I don't think he needs to work with him. I think
No.
he can work with him. He can work. He can feud with MJF again, but yeah.
Here's the thing: is MJF the biggest heel in the business right now?
Yes, hands down, absolutely.
Like straight bulls, because even though Reigns is a heel, people still cheer him a little bit.
They were for a second, but they're booing them again. But yeah, I mean, for that very fact, like for that very fact, I believe that Reigns is still
The best
second
right now in the
to
business.
me. No, I think
Yeah,
Reigns is second. I think MJF is hands down, clear cut number one. So
yeah.
Corbin will be third. So cool, man. Well, that's our time. What you got to plug, Evan?
Well, don't forget my show Tuesday nights 8 o'clock under the Max Radio. Follow us on Twitter at Tech TECH_UTMR.
Yeah.
I do have some guests that are coming up very soon. Don't want to say any names just yet till we actually set some dates concrete. So yeah, just keep following us on Twitter, keep following us on YouTube and all around. And like I said, please like our Facebooks. Please like Pancakes Power Slam on Facebook. Please like them on Instagram. Please like them on YouTube. And where is Lexi? Where is Marissa? Did they leave us? Where are
Right.
they at? Did the pandemic
Man.
get up? What happened?
Oh, geez, man. I
The
don't know what in
OGs
the
are
world
gone.
Lexi went. I don't know. I have
The
no
prodigal
clue.
daughters. We need to come on home.
I don't know where Marissa went either. She was an OG. She was a weekly. I don't know where she went either. But we do have Elvis. We do have Danny D. We do
Ricky
have
P.
Christopher. We do have Ricky, though. They are weekly Maltese in the
Yeah,
building.
Bossy.
Uh, yeah, we do have our. We have some awesome Mike Ryan. He pops up.
My man Mike, yup.
Yeah. Tap Out
So
Talk has been a new weekly here.
my
Uh,
man Richie pops up. Yeah.
Lonzo always is a faithful fan. Dion's a faithful.
Hey, where my man at? What's his name? The big the
Anthony's
trivia.
Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on. He's in the chat right now.
What's
Yeah.
going on, Danny?
Yep.
Do we need to face each other off very soon?
Next week I was thinking about doing Survivor Series trivia. So that might be a new. That might be Danny D, man.
You know, we got a rubber match.
We might have to do that one more again, one more time,
One more again.
one more again. Survivor Series
Amen.
trivia. I think we might do that next week. It's
I'll
much
be ready.
funner than talking about pro wrestling right now. So we shall see where the Survivor Series aftermath is. We'll talk about that next week. And until next week, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your week of wrestling. God bless, and always remember, I'll do it for you. Have a good night, everybody.